like I've seen JxJunk's name around before. So it doesn't surprise me to see a couple of really good characters in the lineup, right? Like the Pyra, Mithra, the Rob. These are characters that are not only very good, but very common to see lately. But yeah, the Puff, like you're saying, that's a very surprising character. But I think against a couple of PKChris's characters, particularly the Falco,
oh my God,
he's got a chance to do some damage.
So I try my best, right, to try and be very helpful towards players who are option coverage basic players and such, like Ness, who they put a lot of aerials out, everybody calls it mashing. But PKChris quite literally said, my best friend is the big green button. He went for Yoshi, he went for Falco, and he went for Ness. So we're going to be seeing a whole lot of aerials, a whole lot of like early preemptive swings. Meanwhile, JxJunk is like, look, I'll style on you with my Jigglypuff, but also has two of the best characters in the game.
Yeah, no, I think the game plan here from PKChris is going to be very clear. Like you're saying, he is going to have massive control of the air, and if JxJunk is one of those players that, you know, we see a lot of, right? It feels very good to jump and do aerials. They're generally very safe in this game, but PKChris is showing that off in its full form with the Yoshi so far right now. It has been tough for JxJunk to make space against him, especially, like I'm saying, in the air. That is where Yoshi is going to dominate.
I like on paper what JxJunk is doing with the early side Bs at the ledge to reverse back the egg, saying, hey, you can't ledge trap me here with this. Problem is you do that too much, it's going to get baited. So make sure you don't do that too often. Coming in with the laser that time. We are within range where he can possibly get a throw, lead to up air, not kill, but get this back to even. However, Chris is controlling JxJunk very well at the ledge, finally gets hit.
Yeah, it's one of those things that Rob is very good at doing, but then with Yoshi, it can be really tough to keep a Rob knocked down at ledge. I mean, he's one of those characters that generally has a good time getting off, but you see PKChris has already tuned in to the way that JxJunk is maneuvering over there, so maybe we'll see that mix up a little bit with the Puff. And this, again, very tough for Puff to make up space against a character like Yoshi.
This is going to be very rough. This is one of Puff's like definitely more annoying matchups overall. Puff likes to be able to put pressure on shield. Yoshi doesn't believe in being pressured on shield whatsoever. So frame through nairs, falling up airs, all of like what we're seeing out of Chris, especially with the extra stock up right now. You know, you're playing on borrowed time with this anyways, but Jigglypuff doesn't have the best KO options, so you can kind of play around with this. You're pretty heavy.
Oh my god, dude, and the way that PKChris is playing this slower playstyle is working out so well. He got sauced though, okay. And dude, honestly, Jigglypuff Rest in Squad Strike is actually so good because you have to load the whole other character you get out for free.
That's true, I even think about that in the meta of that. It's like, okay, you know, I always get to switch off and come in with the power-up. Kind of similar to that of like Lucario when you come in at the end. It's like, all right, I'm starting off very scary.
No, she's just objectively more threatening in Squad Strike, but not threatening enough. PKChris can take it out of commission, and it's going to be down to the Pyra Mithra for JxJunk to take down two of PKChris's best characters.
Yeah, I must say, if you're going to need someone to deal with the Ness overall, the best character that Chris got in the lineup, it definitely would be Pyra Mithra because you need that range. Speaking of which, here comes the Pyra. I think Pyra's a smarter option off the rip. But the immediate switch and then the switch back in again, the Photon Edge kind of throwing PKChris off of it there.
Honestly, I think that's a part of the future of this character's meta is utilizing that switch very quickly to burst out with options that your opponent should not be ready for, right? Because they're thinking about the Pyra, they're thinking about the Mithra, and then, you know, switch it up, hit them with the Uno reverse card. Ooh, that's
good fear bait tool as well. You get somebody to act swiftly on a button. It's like, oh, is that a spot dodge? Is that an air dodge? No, you got hit. Yeah. There's out of shield, and like we were talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that ended up working out very well. Chris is very much a fan of using PK Flash off stage, but charging that deep like that, like, yeah, see, we're gonna keep seeing that as a stall tactic, but charging that deep like that will definitely lead you to get hit.
Oh my god.
What?
Wait, I don't know how that pulled JxJunk off stage, but PKChris says, I will take it to the bank for game one. What happened? Did he just miss a tech on the tail of the PK Thunder, I guess?
I'm disgusted. I am both, like, I applaud for whatever genius level tactic that was to literally rip off using the edge of the PK Thunder. I've never seen somebody ripped off like that though. And then getting the stage spike afterwards, that worked out pretty well. Looks like we're seeing JxJunk checking something with his controller, but you know, being able to play someone like the PK Kids or Ness in general against a Swordy who's really good at spacing them out, it's one of their most annoying things to deal with in their history. PKChris was doing a really good job of getting in consistently on both the Mithra and the Pyra there.
Yeah, and it's down to his aerial drift, right? He's very, very good at, you know, swiftly going in between moving forward and moving backward and feigning a lot of pressure where PKChris, or rather where JxJunk will think, all right, the nest is definitely coming towards me. I just need to back up a little bit and then I can swing the sword for free. But then Chris just kind of backs up a little bit to make it whiff, and then he's right back in because, again, that nest aerial grip is just so good. He was masterful in that matchup.
Yeah, and like one of the things that kind of ended up happening pretty badly to Junk too is that one of your best characters in terms of getting net KOs regularly was dealt with by the Yoshi. But now we're going to see the switch off to the Jigglypuff off the side. I figured the Jigglypuff was going to be safe for later as like a late game tactic against maybe the nest. But now because you got to face it down against the Yoshi off the start, I think that he was looking for a hard read on a switch off the Yoshi at the beginning. Didn't work out.
Yeah, I think that maybe the thought from JxJunk there is right. Maybe PKChris goes into the Falco, wants to get a little bit of work in with it since it didn't even appear in that game one. And, you know, Puff can match up pretty well against the Falco. But again, like you're saying, a tough matchup for Puff for sure against the Yoshi. But if he can keep Chris knocked down on that platform and lock him down too for 77%, that is quite a sweet tune he's singing.
That's where you find all of your all of your rests too. You find those rests and the sleeps on that platform.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, went a little bit too low off that air dodge, and because the air dodge was already used, couldn't use the air dodge up as like that 6 jump for Jigglypuff. That ended up working out against him. But now the full delay of avoiding any type of invincibility, just hanging out underneath. Come on, Chris is kind of playing around here.
That is just something that I guess you're allowed to do as Yoshi, and you know that as the Mithra, you're not going to go off stage to challenge the Yoshi. That's asking for trouble. And speaking of trouble, yeah, PKChris was ready for a switch right there. He is looking for some sauce with the Yoshi right now. Yeah, catches the roll in. What's
actually
next?
Did a normal grab. So you really see that out of Yoshi. It's usually command grab. Now you're keeping the pressure on, trying to find the single hit drag down back air into an up smash. And if I'm Junk, I'm just like, I'd be throwing a lot more bears. Like retreating corridor is a good way to keep Yoshi out. But so far, that's a hard punish. Unfortunately for Chris, he didn't move forward, so Junk gets a little bit of extra time.
Yeah, dropping the punish, very unfortunate, but it's not looking like it's bothering him too badly. It's 2 stocks for the Yoshi, and he's going up against Junk's Rob now, who Junk is like, all right, yeah, I know I'm not challenging that, but PKChris, just like we saw JxJunk overextend a bit off stage, so too does he with the Yoshi.
Yeah, never ended up touching the ground after coming back in with the egg. Actually took a trade there, so I had to deal with that. Now it's Rob against 2 characters that love to juggle Rob. So if I'm Junk, the best opportunity you have to come back here is you need 2 early spikes.
Yeah.
But you know what? If I'm Chris, I'm doing that too. Get in his head. Like, look, why do I need to approach you? You get over here.
Yeah, I am up literally more than a full stock, and I'm behind this platform, so I dare you to shoot a laser at me. I dare you to get hit by another of these dares, by the way.
Chris wants so badly for
Literally,
us to
I dare you.
Man is looking so hard for the clip right now. I'm here for it, though. Hey, look, that swing looking much like the Mets right now.
Swing and a miss.
Complete whip.
Javi Baez is like, oh, I'm going to knock this out of the park, and then, you know, just like, throws the bat in the stands. Oops.
Javi Baez would never. No, really, he would. All right, coming in with the downer, getting that pressure on. Like, I mean, a lot of these side Bs they've occasionally hit the mark, but I haven't seen like delta or short hop fair pressure. That's really one of the best. Oh, never mind, there you go. That's one of the best ways to check Ness, who's like you're talking about the aerial jump.
Okay, so PKChris tried for the footstool there, but yeah, couldn't catch JxJunk in the middle of that burner. And putting himself off stage in a dangerous situation, no tech, so he spent so long looking for the stylish clip that he is now down to the Falco, the last character, and all of a sudden this is super doable for JxJunk.
I mean, we say it all the time, but this is technically even. Because Rob with a gyro in hand means it might die, so you need to be super careful, especially if you get pushed to the ledge. With these down tilts, finds a gyro nair into side B, and that's the game. Plus it's Falco, so that's very linear recoveries.
Oh, and we're exiting those percents where those Rob combos can come into play. JxJunk barely holding on after that back air. PKChris is having none of this projectile game with one of the best reflectors possible in the up smash, punishing that liberal usage of the side B that we've seen all day from JxJunk, so it's a 2-0.
Yeah, super big habit of rising from the ledge. It was something we pointed out at the very beginning. It's like, okay, I like this idea on paper because it